What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Pip. We are back for another trophy guide video. I really enjoyed our first adventure in this, and I want to do another one. So this time we are tackling WWE 2K25. Now, I want to go ahead and say I have gone through this game. I have played a lot of time in this game already. I can give you a definitive answer on how to do every trophy. I'm going to break them down by section. Um, when we get to the MyRISE section, I will let everybody know there is going to be spoilers for the MyRISE story. So if you want to avoid them, at least for your first playthrough, I would recommend skipping past that part. There'll be timestamps for each subcategory within the video. So please just be cautious of that. Um, but let's go ahead and get started. For WWE 2K25, we are not going to cover the island because that is not um, for all versions of the game. This is meant to be a comprehensive guide for all players, next gen, last gen, other consoles, PC. You can use this for everything. So we're not going to bother talking about the island. If you're interested in hearing about the island, I may make a short video in regards to that. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. Let's go ahead and get started with the base game, though. First off, we have Showcase Mode. This year's Showcase focuses on the Bloodline. There are 6 trophies within the Showcase. These are very easy to accomplish. Matter of fact, you can set the game's difficulty to the easiest setting. That is acceptable. There are no difficulty requirements for the Showcase trophies. For these trophies, we will go in order of how you will likely achieve them. First is day 1-ish. This trophy is for completing one objective in Showcase. You will get this just by playing the first match. It is unavoidable. You have to complete the objectives to win the matches. You don't have to complete side objectives, but completing any objective is going to just happen. So there's no hard work here. There's no difficulty here. It's just play Showcase. Now, I recommend doing all of the objectives as you see them because that will matter later. Next up, your second trophy in Showcase Mode will be Banzai for crushing Hulkamania at the 1993 King of the Ring with Yokozuna. This is your first match of Showcase. The way to get this trophy is by completing this match. You do not have to do all the side objectives during this match, but again, I recommend you do. None of them are overly difficult. Some of the side objectives in the Showcase Mode are timer based. Do this many grapple attacks or this many strong strikes or whatever in the next 45 seconds. If you fail to accomplish it, I recommend just restarting the match. None of these matches should ever take you more than 5 minutes, honestly. They're all very quick. It is a fairly quick Showcase. Next up, you'll have your next trophy, which is I Did It for the People, which is where you need to stun Stone Cold at No Mercy 2000 with Rikishi. Again, this is just complete the match. This does not require you to do side objectives. This is further in the Showcase. The Showcase comprises of 17 matches in total. This is part of the way through. If I remember correctly, I believe it's match number 7. But again, for this trophy, it's just complete your Rikishi match. Every Showcase match you'll do in this has a different member of the Bloodline you'll play as. So when you get to your Rikishi match, just know completing that match will get you this trophy. After that, you'll have deviating trophy choices. You'll either get the NTC or the OTC. For these trophies, you will have to participate in Bloodline War Games. In order to get the NTC trophy, you will have to complete Bloodline War Games with Solo Sokoa and the Rogue Bloodline. If you would rather get the OTC trophy, you will need to complete the Bloodline War Games with Roman Reigns and the OG Bloodline. Now, it is important to note, you will only be able to accomplish one of these if you only play every match once. But the minute you complete that match and you get your trophy for the new Tribal Chief or the original Tribal Chief, you can replay the match with the other team and get the other trophy. It is a deviating choice, but it is not difficult to go get the other option. So please do not fret. Both of these are very easy to accomplish. You just need to complete the Bloodline War Games match with both sides. And then finally, your last trophy in showcase mode is Head of the Table, where you will crown your tribal chief. In order to do this, you must complete all 16 of the first matches, complete all of the optional objectives within those first 16 matches, and you will unlock the 17th match, which is the Tribal Gauntlet. You will have the choice of playing as any of the characters you have had so far through the showcase. I chose Jey Uso. I love the 2017 version of Jey Uso. I'm glad we got the old Uso music. That's a little side piece that has nothing to do with the trophy. You can pick any member of the bloodline you want. You'll have a choice of about 20 different superstars. And then within that, you will then be entered at number 1 in a 10-person gauntlet eliminator match. Just run the gauntlet. Easy enough. Again, do your side objectives. They're worth rewards, and you need to do your side objectives to unlock this match, unless that changes by the time this comes out. That is it for Showcase Mode. Very easy, nothing too difficult. You should be able to roll through that in a matter of a couple of hours, tops. Tops. Unless you're really sitting there trying to enjoy it. The longest part of the Showcase Mode is watching all of the videos, but I highly recommend it. Paul Heyman is one of the greatest talkers of all time. You should not skip that man. Let's move on to the next mode, which is Universe Mode. Now, you have two choices for all of these. You can either do these as Universe Classic, which is just the way Universe Mode has always functioned, or Superstar Mode, where you get to pick an individual superstar and play Universe as that superstar. It does not matter. It is completely your choice. However, it will be easier to accomplish if you do it as a Universe Classic. You have 5 trophies in this mode. They're all fairly simple as well. You don't need to do very much. Let's start with the first one, which is complete a self-promo rivalry action. Now, when you are customizing the match card, you can go into the edit matches and you will be able to click in right stick on PlayStation 5. I can't speak to any other consoles, but I would assume for everything else it is the same button. PC, I do not have an answer for you, but please, somebody in the comments, let me know. But you will click in the right stick on controller, and that will give you the option to do rivalry actions. All you have to do, clear any rivalry actions that are already in place and select the self-promo action for one of the 2 superstars. Once you do this, that'll be all you need to do. My personal recommendation is to play through that promo. You can simulate the rest of the match card if you would like. I recommend playing through the promo just to make sure that it pops. I cannot confirm whether or not it will if you simulate. I played through. I cannot confirm whether simulation will work. My recommendation, play through just in case. If you try to simulate and it does work, fantastic. Please let me know in the comments. If it doesn't, then on the next card, just do the same thing, this time playing the actual promo. In that same vein, your next trophy is Enough Talk. Enough Talk is start an immediate match or brawl from a call out or promo interrupt rivalry action. It'll work the same way as Mic Up. All you have to do is go in to the rivalry action section and choose either call out or promo interrupt rivalry action and choose for it to turn into a match or a brawl. And then after you play that match, trophy will pop. Once again, I recommend playing through the actual promo match and be good with that. And in the third vein for promo actions, or rivalry actions, I should say, you have Open Season, which is complete an issue open challenge or accept open challenge rivalry action promo. Same exact thing with the other 2, except you're choosing issue open challenge or accept open challenge, and that's all you need to do. And then again, play it out. It will complete. You'll get your trophy. All 3 of those, Mic Up, Enough Talk, Open Season, can be done in the same match card. You just select 3 different matches with rivalry actions, complete them all individually. You'll get your 3 trophies. For your next trophy in Universe Mode, you have Wrestling Royalty, which is for you to crown a new king and queen of the ring. My recommendation, simulate 2 Queen and King of the Ring. I simulated all of the matches leading up to the final and then played the final match. I don't know for sure if you can simulate. You might be able to. If you can't, if it doesn't work and you choose to try, then just start a new save file, simulate back up to King and the Queen of the Ring, simulate all the matches leading up to the finale, and then play the finale. Once you crown your King and Queen of the Ring, this trophy will pop. It is very simple. And in that same vein, your final trophy for Universe Mode is Biggest Nights of the Year, which is to complete both nights of WrestleMania in Universe Mode. This one can be done just by simulating through the year once again. And once you get past WrestleMania, you will get this trophy. Universe Mode may be the easiest, fastest to complete section in this entire thing. Not even maybe. It certainly is. This reasonably should take you no longer than 20 to 30 minutes. So you should be good to go. I look forward for all of you completing this. Now let's move on to arguably the most difficult section of the game for trophies. You have your play mode versus AI. You cannot use it against other players. It has to be against AI, and most of these trophies require you to be on legend difficulty. There is a caveat, and I will walk you through that in case you want to do it. Like I said, there are 11 trophies here. Let's go ahead and talk about the trophies that don't have a difficulty requirement. That being Rando Rising, which is just to win a match with a randomized custom superstar. So what you need to do is you need to go into the superstar creator, hit randomize. I would hit it a couple times just to be safe. Save, don't do anything, and then take them into a match, win the match. Easy enough. That trophy will pop. Secondly, you have a trophy that also doesn't require any specific difficulty. It is back by popular demand. Complete a chain wrestling sequence, win or lose on any difficulty. All this requires you to do is at the start of the match, walk up to your opponent on PlayStation controller, press circle. That will initiate a chain wrestling command. Whether you win or lose that chain wrestling on any difficulty, you will get this trophy. Your final trophy that does not have a difficulty requirement is This Is New, which requires you to perform a successful dive attack off of a barricade on any difficulty. For this, you'll go to the outside of the ring for anybody that can do a diving attack off the barricade, and you will hit, I believe it's R1, if I remember correctly, to climb up onto the barricade, and then press the attack button to jump off of the barricade, doing a diving attack, and giving you your trophy. Now, the other 8 trophies in this mode require you to play and do things on legend difficulty. However, you can make this very, very easy for yourself. Set everything to legend difficulty like you need to. Then, what you do after that is and I'll have screenshots here to show you. You turn your make sure your submission minigame is set to rapid, and make sure your allow held input for minigames is set to on. After that, you'll go into the advanced settings and go over to the submission minigame, and you'll replicate these settings that are on the screen right now. For anybody that is listening and can't see as well, your settings are going to be attacker button press strength for player at 100, attacker wrong press penalty for player at 0, defender button press strength for player at 100, defender wrong press penalty for player at 0, and then the inverse for the AI. So basically you want to set both strengths for player to 100 and both penalties for player to 0, and then both penalties for AI to 100 and both strengths for AI to 0. What this will do is it will basically make it so that you can win any match that is not in MyFACTION Mode via submission within the first 5 seconds. Just instantaneously. You will win almost immediately by doing a submission. Walk up, hold right trigger, and hit circle to do a submission move, and you will win the match almost instantly. Now that you have that information, let's go over the trophies. First, we have Going Solo. Defeat Roman Reigns in a Bloodline Rules match without summoning any allies on Legend difficulty. If you are going to do the cheese method, as soon as the match starts, put him in a submission. You'll end the match before anybody can even be summoned. If you want to do it properly, just so you know, at intervals throughout the match, Roman Reigns will summon Sami Zayn, Jimmy Uso, and eventually Jey Uso. You are not allowed to summon any allies. I recommend not having allies on whatever character you play. Make a custom character, make them super strong, do whatever you got to do. But don't have any allies set so that you don't accidentally summon anybody. I don't even know the button to summon them because I made sure that I couldn't do it. Once you win that match, whether you do it the cheese way or you do it the proper way, that trophy will pop. Next up, Underground Reign. Rack up 25 consecutive wins via KO or submission in an underground match on Legend difficulty. This one is very self-explanatory. You have to win 25 matches in a row in underground matches. You have to win 25 underground matches in a row on Legend difficulty. If you do it the cheese method, simple enough. If you want to do it the hard way, you just got to earn it. However you choose to earn it is up to you, but you have to do it on Legend difficulty, and if you lose at any point, it does reset the counter. So you need to make sure you win 25 in a row. That can be paired with some of these other trophies, just so you know. Next up, Miraculous Comeback. Win a match via KO after mounting a comeback from a critical KO situation on Legend difficulty. Best way to do this is in underground matches. When you start to take enough damage, you'll eventually go into the critical state. Once you're in the critical state, if you're hit with any big move, you will be knocked out. Same thing for your opponent. If you counter a move while you were in critical, you will recover from critical. So my suggestion is get them low so that you know you have them close to critical so that you can end the match quickly after this happens. Then let them get you to critical, counter a move to recover from critical, and then win the match. That is the best way to do this, and it does work well in Underground, which is primarily won via KO win conditions. Up next, you have Impeccable Ring Awareness, where you need to win a match via pin or submission without having any rope breaks caught against you on Legend difficulty. It's really self-explanatory. Just win the match via pin or submission without having a rope break happen. My recommendation, turn rope breaks off. It will work. And then just win the match. Either you want to do it the easy way or do it the hard way. That's up to you. But you just have to win the match without a rope break happening against you. Up next, Recovery Deferred. Win 25 matches on Legend difficulty without using instant recovery. My suggestion, don't use a player that has instant recovery as an option. Also, if you were to do the 25 matches of Underground, the way that I have given you of easy wins, you'll win all of your matches by submission very quickly, thus getting Recovery Deferred, Impeccable Ring Awareness, and Underground Reign all in a clean sweep just like that. Next up, we have Size Matters. Using any giant, win a 5-entrant Turmoil Gauntlet on Legend difficulty without losing all armor. This can be, again, done the exact same way, by hook or crook, with the submission tactics if you wish to do it that way. All that is required is you play as a giant. Andre the Giant's an easy, it's in the name. You'll figure it out. All giants that are proper giants within the game will have a purple armor bar over their health. All you have to do is win a 5-entrant gauntlet match, Turmoil Gauntlet match, without losing all of that armor. Whether you want to do it the hard way or the easy way is up to you. You have the power to make that choice. Next up, you have Mommy's Revenge, as Rhea Ripley defeat all Judgment Day members via pin or submission on Legend difficulty. Same thing. All you have to do is defeat all of the Judgment Day members. In this game, that is Finn Balor, Carlito, JD McDonough, Dominic Mysterio, and Liv Morgan. Those are the 5 you'll have to defeat for this trophy. You can do this in individual matches, tag team matches, handicap matches. What I did was a gauntlet match. I just did a 5-person or a 6-person gauntlet match and beat all 6 of them in a row. However you want to do it, you just have to beat those 5 individuals as Rhea Ripley over the course of the game. And finally, for your play versus AI mode, you have Let's Run It Back, a repeat from last year's trophies, where you must successfully run through a 20-entrant Turmoil Gauntlet match on Legend difficulty. Again, you can do it the hard way, you can do it the easy way. I've given you the means to do all of these trophies in a very, very easy manner. It is up to you if you choose to use that. No one should feel bad if that's the way you want to do it. This game is meant to be fun, but if you want to get your trophies, you shouldn't have to stress about it if you don't want to. It has the option there. It is not cheating. Don't let anybody tell you it is. Just saying. It's a setting choice, not a cheating choice. Next up, we have MyRISE. This is where spoilers come in. I am going to have to actively talk about how the story goes in order to properly inform you of how these trophies will work and the deviating options throughout MyRISE. Before I get into that, I will let you know there is for PS Plus users, a way to quote-unquote save scum this. I don't know. I can't speak for other consoles. I can't speak for PC. If you want to do it the save scummy way, you will have to play through this at least twice. If you want to do it the proper way without save scumming, you will have to play through this at least 5 times. Just so you know, at least. That's if you don't make any mistakes, you do everything right, you'll have to play through this at least 5 times. And at least 6 if you want to unlock all of the unlockables that come with it. It's not trophy related, but I just wanted to let you know. This is where the spoilers start. If you do not want to hear them, please skip ahead to the next section of the video, which will be focused on MyGM. All right, now that I've given everybody time to make that change, if you're still here, you've been here by choice, here we go. You have 18 trophies in this section. They're very easy, but very time-consuming. And again, you have this option for save scumming. We'll go over that when it comes up. First up, we have the Draft and the Furious, which is being drafted number 1. You're guaranteed to draft number 1. As soon as you start MyRISE and finish the opening cutscene with Triple H, this trophy will pop. The next trophy you'll unlock is Then There Were Two. This is where your second character will show up. You either will create them, or if you imported your characters, you will still get this trophy. I know it is worded as created a second character. If you imported characters, it will still pop. Don't worry. The third trophy you will unlock in this mode is Win Unity titles for the first time. You will progress through the story until both of your superstars face off against the Unity champions, and you will win those titles. I'm not going to go too into detail about what that means to avoid any unnecessary spoilers. But when you win the Unity championships, you will get that trophy. Next up is your first deviating trophy situation. Earlier in the story, you will have a moment between both your characters to select personality types. Your 3 choices for personality types will be bold and brash, comedic and fun, or scheming. And I don't remember what the other word they used for that, but it's scheming, comedic, or bold and brash. Whatever choices you make, you can choose the same for both superstars or different for both superstars, will affect some of the stories you do in your MyRISE. It won't affect the overall story, but it'll affect things here and there. The other thing it will affect is some of the trophies you can unlock. There is a trophy called Bold Moves for playing a bold and brash personality story. Laughing Last is for playing a comedic personality story. And the Strategist is for playing a scheming personality story. All of those will come from your choice when you speak with Kathy Kelly, picking one of those 3 personality styles and picking one for your second character. Once you've won the Unity titles, you'll be able to play a story mission as either character, or you'll have the choice to do live matches, which we'll go over in a second. Once you complete one of those story missions with either character, you will get that personality trait trophy. If you chose 2 different personality traits, you'll get both trophies after you do both stories. This is where you'll need to make sure you keep track of what you do so that the next time you play, You don't pick the same personality both times, or you can at least split it up one way or the other, unless you plan on playing through the story enough to see everything. That's just what you need to know. You'll make a choice. It'll come up after you win the Unity titles, where you'll have a personality story to play. You only get one for each character, but that's how you get those trophies. Now, let's talk about the live events real quick. When you get to the point where you have the options for the personality stories, you will also have the option to talk to Troy Simpkin and do live event matches. Your first trophy that matters for that is We'll Do It Live, where you played a live event in MyRISE. You'll be able to play that, complete it, and you'll be able to play them infinitely from this moment on until a certain cutoff point later, and then they'll come back at the end of this when you've completed the story. So do not fret. You do not have to do them all right now. You will have the ability to do them later. And just so you know, they carry over between multiple stories. So if you want to play a story with a bold and brash personality for both your characters, and then a different story for a comedic for both your superstars, whatever, all of your live event progress counts between all of them. So there is that, just so you know. Once you complete your first live event in MyRISE, you'll get your trophy, We'll Do It Live. Going along with that is the trophy Live Event MVP, which requires you to earn 50 stars in live event matches. Best way to do this, just make sure every match you do, you get 5 stars. You'll only need to play 10 matches to get it done. Play tag team matches so you can get more move variety, power through it, get it done as fast as you want. Once you get Live Event MVP, you'll be halfway to your final of these trophies, which is Live Event Legend, for earning 100 stars in live event matches. Now, just so you know, there are rewards past this for earning up to, I believe, 280 stars, something around there. There are different rewards that you'll get MyFACTIon characters to play in the regular play versus AI mode, things like that. So, just something to be cognizant of. But you can do these at your own leisure, but that is how those 3 trophies will work. Now, back to the main story. Once you complete your personality stories, you will then start building up towards Survivor Series. Again, I'm trying my best to avoid spoiling too much. When you get to Survivor Series, you will start recruiting allies for your team against what is called Mutiny. You'll learn about Mutiny very early. That's not a major spoiler. For the men's side of the recruiting, you'll have the choice between Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins. On the women's side, you'll have the choice between Becky Lynch, Jade Cargill, and Charlotte Flair. Once you complete your recruitment on both sides, you'll only be able to recruit one superstar for each side. Once you complete your recruitment for both sides, you'll earn your trophy, Survivor Squad, for recruiting 2 allies. Now, just so you know, there are individual rewards for each recruitment option, except for Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre. They don't have any recruitment rewards for some reason. Also, on your second playthrough, you'll unlock the ability to recruit Cody Rhodes and Rhea Ripley, respectively, for the men's and women's division. They also have rewards associated with them. Something to be cognizant of on multiple playthroughs. Overall, from best I can understand, the choices you make on who to recruit do not overly impact the story. They just impact who you'll have going into Survivor Series with you and some of your unlocked rewards for other parts of the game. Now, here's where a major spoiler comes in. So, if you're still here and you want to avoid major spoilers, now you should skip to MyRISE or MyGM and come back to this at another time. Okay. At the end of Survivor Series, your second superstar that you made is going to turn on your first superstar and join Mutiny. In that moment, you will have to choose, do you want to finish your story as your OG or as the turncoat? This will affect which trophies you can get going forward. Now, there is the whole save scum option here, but you're still going to have to complete both sides to get all the trophies. So you may as well run it through and not worry about the save scumming for this part. Let's talk about the staying good guy side. After Survivor Series is over, you've been turned on, you'll then be in a situation where you need to recruit new allies. You will have 3 choices for this. Your choices will be Legends Assemble, where you will choose Legendary Help in your Reclaim ending. You'll have Indie Infiltration, which is where you choose Indie Assistance in your Reclaim ending. And the Multiverse of My Players, which is where you'll choose Blast from the Past in your Reclaim ending. These 3 things will lead... You will not get the trophy for these until pretty much right before the last match of MyRISE. So, if you plan to do the save scumming method, what you have to do for PlayStation Plus users is make sure that your cloud data is not being transferred or auto synced. Make sure they're not auto synced. Make sure you leave the game before you make this choice. Close the game. Make sure both your cloud and console save data are at this moment, and then make sure they're unsynced. Then when you play this through, you can complete one, get the trophy, close the game, import your cloud data back to the console. Pick a different one. Pick the last one as a rinse and repeat. That is your way of doing this without having to play through and picking the good guy path 3 times. There are rewards associated with each of these, though. So you are going to, if you choose to do this, you are going to miss out on rewards for external parts of the game. That is your prerogative. I'm just letting you know it is an option. I recommend just playing it through. Once you've beaten the story once and played it the way you wanted to, you can skip a lot of the fluff. But I digress. You will have the choice between Legendary Help, Indie Assistance, Blast from the Past, which will result in one of those 3 trophies: Legends Assemble, Indie Infiltration, Multiverse of My Players. Once you get that trophy, you will then lead into your last match of the MyRISE story, which will get you the trophy Righteous Victory, Complete the Story, Reclaim Ending. You will get that trophy once you complete the story mode as the good guy. Now, let's go back to Survivor Series. If you choose to go rogue and join Mutiny and play as the MyRISE player that joined Mutiny, you will then have a different ending for the story, which will also include you getting an NXT title match for your respective division. The current champions at the time are Trick Williams and Io Sky. You can get the trophy Forged in Battle by winning the NXT title from either Trick Williams or Io Sky. However, there is a branching trophy here where you can choose to be even more scummy and strip the title from them to face an easier opponent, which will allow you to win the trophy of Victory by Design by winning the NXT title from Ashanti the Adonis or Wendy Chu. You have to choose. So again, same method. If you want to save scum this, you can back your stuff up to the PS Plus cloud and then desync them. Get your first trophy however you want to get it. Close the game. Import the save data back to your console. Get the other trophy. Then, once you complete the story as this branched option, you will get on Mutiny Mastermind, Complete the Story, Conquer ending. Those are the 2 separate endings for the story. They're fairly similar no matter which deviating paths you pick along the way. The major difference is good guy ending, bad guy ending. The final trophy in this mode is Encore Performance, which is Complete the Story again. When you complete the MyRISE story, you will have a moment where you are facing off, or you're not facing off, but you are face to face with R-Truth, and he'll tell you about the multiverse and let you restart your story with all your... It's New Game Plus. That's the best way to put it. Once you do that, once you complete the story and you want to move back, redo it all, you can New Game Plus it, Same characters. You don't have to worry about character customization, anything like that. It all saves. All your stats stay, and you can just play through it again. You can do this infinitely until you get all the trophies, however many times you choose to play it. Like I said, minimum 2, maximum 6. All of it's very easy. It's just time consuming. You can do it. Now, let's move on to MyGM and try and power through the rest of this because we still have a bunch to say, and we've already been going for over half an hour. MyGM has 7 trophies. I would say that these are fairly easy, but there is some RNG to them, and one trophy that is ridiculous because of its online requirement. Let's talk about that one first. Host with the most, MyGM. Host and complete a MyGM online WrestleMania show with 3 other human-controlled brands. I want you to understand how annoying this is because you cannot play with random people. You have to play with friends. The best way to do this, if you do not have multiple friends that play this game, is to find a boosting community, probably Reddit, maybe PSN profiles. Find people that are willing to boost. Work with them. You can do a 4-person human offline MyGM story all the way up until WrestleMania. Once you get to Mania, close it, and then you can open it as an online game and invite people as long as you had them all set to human. If you do that, at least you're saving everybody time by you doing all the grunt work, which will make people more inclined to help you out. That is my recommendation for that. Next up, we have Just a Scratch, which is have 5 or more superstars get injured on your brand during a go-home show. There's a level of RNG to this. The best way I suggest you do this is wear down the stamina of everyone on your roster pretty equally, and then the week before your go-home show, put as many people as you can in high stamina costing matches, like TLC matches, Fatal 4-Way TLCs, to get as many people below 40 stamina as you can, and then put all of them in matches again, and then hope for the best. And just do that every go-home show until you get it. Again, you can do this in offline against a human AI, so you could have 4 humans running this with all 4 of them to just increase your chances of pulling it off. That would be my suggestion. Up next, you've got GM Punk, which is to enter the Hall of Fame in first place with CM Punk as your GM and Mutiny as your brand. My recommendation, play 2 human story or playthrough where you're controlling both. Make sure you book CM Punk as Mutiny's GM to do really good shows, and then just auto book the other one. Don't add promos, don't do anything fancy, and just run through the motions. And that'll complete that trophy fairly easily. Set your Hall of Fame requirement to one Slammy, and you'll get or 1 Hall of Fame trophy, I guess is a better way to word it. And you'll get that at the end of the season, which is 25 weeks. Up next, we'll actually skip a few so that we can talk about this because it goes perfectly with that last one. The 1%, win the main event of every PLE while playing as the Mutiny brand. So PLEs are now cross brand, and the main event is competitive between each brand. My recommendation, while you're doing your CM Punk playthrough, just make sure to physically play the main event as the Mutiny brand member and win that match. Just so you know, it is not every PLE of 1 year. It is every PLE that is available in MyGM, which means you'll need to do at least 3 seasons realistically and hope that the RNG works out. Just so you know, I do have a list of all 10 of the PLEs that show up. You'll need to make sure you main event and win the main event of each of these. WrestleMania, guaranteed. Backlash, Clash at the Castle, Money in the Bank, Bash in Berlin, King and Queen of the Ring, Hell in a Cell, SummerSlam, Bad Blood, Survivor Series. Those are your 10. Put them on a piece of paper, scratch them out as you do it. You'll get through it, I promise. Up next, use it or lose it. MyGM have a balance of exactly $0 after booking your show. There's a bit of RNG to this because you need it to work out perfectly, but you can finagle it. Again, my recommendation, burn all your money signing superstars or whatever you got to do, and then just have matchmaking to make it so that you get to 0. Do it on the secondary human while you're running your CM Punk story so that you can complete as much as you can in one playthrough. Up next, you've got Medical Bill. Collect $150,000 or more by releasing an injured Cash Suplex from your roster. For those of you that do not know, Cash Suplex is a superstar that is custom to the game. When you do recruiting, you have a choice to recruit at different prestige levels. You want to be looking in the 5 to 10 range, not the 1 to 5 or the 0s or higher than 10. Early on, you want to be looking in the 5 to 10 range. You're going to want to do this for 2 superstars. Cash Suplex is the first one. And you're going to want to raise him up as high as you can. And then fire him. Release him from his contract. Remember what number rank you got him to so you can find him again. Or if you complete the full season, keep him on your roster. He'll get paid a proper salary. Then once he gets injured, you need to then get him injured. You can use a card, which I believe it might be the Mutiny card. So you might want to do this as CM Punk anyway, during your CM Punk playthrough, where you can get the full contract back for the next 3 people you fire. Once he's injured and he has a good enough contract to be worth more than $150,000, use that GM card and then fire him. Get more than $150,000 back from releasing him. You'll get this trophy. And then finally, for your last trophy for MyGM, you have Inevitable. Have an immortal Kyle Slickman win a WrestleMania main event while on your roster. You're going to find him the same way you found Cash Suplex, by recruiting level 5 to 10 superstars. Once you get him, he is level 5 when you get him, same with Cash Suplex. You're going to want to put him in every match you can. If he's got no stamina and you don't want to risk him getting injured, you're going to want to put him in like training promos to raise his XP. If you get XP cards, you want to use them on him. Get him all the way up to level 25 where he'll become immortal status. Once you do that, make sure you put him in your main event slot at WrestleMania, win the match, and bada bing, bada boom, you have finished MyGM. A lot of these are stackable. You can do most of these in one playthrough. The one thing that's going to be difficult is that finding other humans to play. You'll get it, I promise. Just look out for other people that are playing the game. Add people on Reddit, add people on Twitter, add people on PSN profiles, wherever you can find people. If you don't already have enough friends, you might. I didn't, and I had to find people. There's nothing wrong with it. Let's move on. Try and get this done in less than an hour. Finally, we have MyFACTION, which has 17 trophies. All of them are very easy, just some of them are time-consuming. First up, you have Faction Wars Champion. You're going to have to defeat 30 Faction War bosses in MyFACTIon. Just so you know, when you play Faction Wars and you get to that final boss, I know you face 4 opponents. That only counts as 1 boss. There's 5 levels to each run. If you can complete each run fully, it'll only take you 6 runs. You'll get it. You guys should know how that works if you played last year's game. It's the same trophy. Next up, you have Rise Through the Ranks, which is earn a leaderboard reward from a ranked play season. This is my current platinum killer. This is the trophy I don't have that's costing me my platinum. As it is doing for everybody else that's that close to their platinum, because this trophy is not completable until Sunday, May 4th. What you need to do to get this trophy is you need to rank in the ranked play mode. You need to do enough qualifying matches to get a rank, and then at the end of the season, you will get a reward. So, right now, on Sunday, May 4th of 2025, at approximately 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the first season of MyFACTIon Ranked will end. When that happens, all of us that have qualified will get our trophy, and by proxy, our platinum. If you do not see this before then, and you have not done this before then, you will have to wait until the end of whatever season you are doing this in. It's annoying, I know, but it'll be okay. It's just a wait at that point, which is why I said this is very time consuming. Next up, we have Loyalty Confirmed, which is for you to earn a loyalty reward in MyFACTIon. In order to do this, you need to log in for 5 days in 1 week. Weeks run from Monday to Sunday before resetting, so you need to make sure you log in 5 days in a Monday through Sunday cycle. Don't start on Sunday and do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You'll still need to do Friday because it resets after Sunday. Up next, you have Taste of Victory, which is win a match in MyFACTIon. If you play MyFACTIon, you'll get that trophy. I'm not going to bother explaining that. Up next, you've got a Promising Start, which is complete a lifetime challenge in MyFACTIon. That'll happen as well on the road to doing the other trophies, which the next trophy, Journey of a Lifetime, complete 15 lifetime challenges. Now, I will let you know, I wrote down the challenges I have already completed lifetime, and I didn't try to do these. So you will do these, most of them, by getting the other trophies. Defeat 5 Faction War bosses, win 10 World Tour matches, open 5 packs, collect 20 bronze My Collection cards, 20 silver, 20 gold, 10 emerald, 10 sapphire. Complete 3 daily challenges, earn a weekly loyalty reward, earn 10,000 MFP in matches, earn 150 MFP in 1 match, 250 in 1 match, 300 in 1 match, win 3 matches in a row, 7 matches in a row, 15 matches in a row, win 10 live events, and then I got some others. But all of those are things that you're going to do probably by accident or on purpose by doing the other trophies. So it sounds daunting. It's not, I promise. Up next is Weekly Winner. Complete a weekly tower in MyFACTIon. You'll just have to complete all 5 matches from the first weekly tower, and you'll get this trophy. Up next, Daily Progress. Complete a daily challenge in MyFACTIon. The daily challenges change every day. Just make sure you do one of them. And while you're at it, you can get Champion for a day, which is for completing all 3 of your daily challenges. And then after that, you've got Start of the Journey, which is complete a location world tour in MyFACTIon. The first location you'll have available is Orlando. Once you do all 15 matches for Orlando, this will pop. And then once you do that, you can start working towards United States Champion, which is for completing all of the USA matches in World Tour, which has 15 in Orlando, 15 in Philadelphia, 20 in Chicago, 15 in Boston, 15 in Dallas, 20 in New York, and 20 in Los Angeles, bringing it to a total of 120. You'll have to do 120 matches to complete that trophy. It's just a grind, but you'll get it. Just sit there and do 5 a day. You got to wait forever for your MyFACTIon reward anyway. Up next, you've got Never Felt More Alive, which is to complete 10 live events in MyFACTIon. And then finally, Beginner's Luck, which is completing all of your intro challenges in MyFACTIon. For this, you'll go to your intro challenges. There's 6 of them. I have an image right here of all 6 of them. It's navigate to a lifetime challenges to complete your first, complete a weekly tower match 1, complete 1 match in World Tour, complete 1 ranked play, complete 1 live event, and complete a Faction Wars run. You will do all 6 of these, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, by doing the other trophies. And then that's it. That's how you get your plat. We kept it just under 50 minutes. I'm going to make sure to wrap this outro up in less than a minute to get you guys out of here. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate y'all. This game is very daunting when you look at it, but it's not that bad. It's mostly just time consuming, but there's really very little difficulty to any of it. I wish you all the best of luck. Let me know if you guys do want me to cover the island. I can do a shorter, much shorter video. There's only 5 trophies in the island. And we can talk about that if you want. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate y'all. Please let me know in the comments if you found any of these helpful, if you learned anything that you didn't already know. Spread the word. And let me know what game you guys want me to cover next. Maybe I'll continue to do these trophy guides. I think they're kind of fun, and I think they might help people that don't do as well with reading instructions as they do with hearing things. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'm Pip. Y'all are the greatest, and when in doubt, we'll see you next time. See